Hello out there, this is Toy Customizer Wakeangel2K1's, and with San Diego Comic-Con underway, we are getting preview images of all kinds of sweet stuff that's going to come out soon, including a recent reveal of Victorian and what she's going to look like. Let's get some stuff out of the way here in this first image. First of all, the molds that they're going to go with are Hotspot, Dead End, Breakdown, Groove, and Alpha Bravo, which will apparently be used twice. All will be remolded and repainted. Now, when you look at the close-up images, they might not look very good. I can tell you right now that all that orange and teal clashing next to each other is kind of hurting my eyes. I mean, it's one thing to have a united color scheme, it's another thing for it to be like such oppressively clashing colors. However, these are only hand-painted prototypes. Once you get into close-ups, you'll see how crappy the paint job on them actually is, because, this is just something they did in a hurry to have something to present at the convention. So don't hold it against them too much. Although I am hoping that when they actually come out, there will be a little bit more silver and maybe white striping to break up all this orange and teal, because as it stands, it's a little bit mushy. You lose a lot of details because everything is all just one oppressively obnoxious color. The individual bots do not yet have names as of the time of this recording, but taking a look at them, it's nice to see that they go by the strong arm school of female character design. That is, rather than making a robotic Barbie doll, like when you make Windblade or RC, or making a male character and just saying it's female, like you do with Strika, you actually do go through the effort to make the character look decently feminine, while also staying true to the usual Transformers aesthetic. It's such that the character's femininity comes through minor remolding in the chest, and mostly through a face sculpt, which just looks like a girl. I like this second one. That mask reminds me of Nightbird. Yeah, that's a very Nightbirdish face she has. Now, when you look at the vehicle mode, that teal and orange, I see what they're going for. Those are some nicely contrasting colors, but seeing them right up next to each other just looks weird. Hopefully they will add a little bit more detailing, like maybe put a white stripe between that white and orange. It doesn't have to be a very thick stripe, just something to make it look less like they sutured two cars together. The second car actually looks a little bit nicer in this color scheme, mostly because it doesn't look like it's been cut in half. This actually looks like a deco. The little Legends character actually looks pretty cool. It doesn't look like they've given it a new head yet for this prototype. In close-ups of the face, it doesn't even look like they gave it a new head sculpt. But I like this color scheme. I also like that there's a little cracked windshield thing going on. That's kind of cool. But as you can see, the teal and orange is broken up a little bit with some intervening black and silver. That actually makes it look better. And if the rest of the characters get this kind of breakup to the color scheme, it can really help them look a lot better as a team. This also carries on into the motorcycle mode, and yes, it's also going to turn into a piece of chest armor, which also gives us a good look at Victorian's face. That is a really cool head that Victorian has. I like it. I like it a lot. That is a great head. Pulling back from the Gestalt form for a second, we take a look at the Voyager member of the team. She has this weird pickaxe crossbow looking weapon, which is apparently wielded like a pickaxe, but I think it can also be turned around and used as a gun or crossbow. Now, like I said, they are using the Hotspot mold as the Voyager piece, and I think that is a great choice. Now, of the Combiner Wars guys that have come out so far, I do believe that Hotspot is my favorite. Of the molds, I think that it is the coolest looking and has a really nice torso mold. I mean, I love me some Superion. I think that one looks awesome too, but I believe Hotspot edges him out, and I am so happy that I will get to have this mold as, it's the only of the combiners that I plan on buying because of space restriction. Pulling it back to see one more look at that Gestalt, it has a hugely impressive sword. And you can also see that it has some rather unique hands. They actually are hands and not hand feet. And look at the feet. They are made to be feet, and not feet that turn into hands. I'm also told that these will have ankle rockers, which should help the posability of the Gestalt form. I hope that you can actually buy feet like these separate so that you can retrofit them into the, previous combiners that came out. Now let's talk about the two helicopters on the team. Now, of the deluxes, I do think that Alpha Bravo is one of my favorites of the standalone, but it's kind of weird that they're using the same figure twice to make this team. Apparently the helicopters are going to be twins or something in the fiction. And if you take a close look at the helicopters, the only real difference is that they appear to have mirror images of each other's color scheme, which is kind of a clever way to differentiate them. Also, they did a bit of remolding to the Alpha Bravo besides just the new heads. Their arms no longer have a bunch of missiles sticking out of them, which is kind of cool. I like the idea that they actually remolded that bit. As you can see, they both come with these giant swords, which clearly peg together to form Victorian's gigantic death hatchet. And, well, there's not really much to say. I really like the Alpha Bravo mold, and I think that these two look pretty cool, even if it's just the same mold with a mirrored color scheme. Taking a close-up look, you can see that there's actually a bit of writing on the side. I'm surprised that they painted that in. But hopefully, like I said, this orange and teal gets broken up with a little bit of other colors because they kind of clash and assault the eyes with that bright orange and teal. I think that Victorian has made a good first impression. Like I said, these are only hand-painted prototypes, so once they get the full machine painting in, they should be able to make them look a lot smoother. And hopefully this isn't a completely final color scheme, as they do a little bit of tweaks to bring out some details and to break up those vast seas of orange that they have going on. But from what I've seen of the new head molds, I think I like them pretty good. And they're using my favorite combiner torso, and my favorite limb figure gets used twice, so I really don't have anything to complain about. I can't wait to make Power Glide this thing's gun. Okay, this has been Wakeangel2K1's, and I am signing off.